Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the podcast. Our podcast offers bold commentary on various subject matters with a laser-like focus on the truth. My name is Ray Tampa, and I'm the host of the Ray Tampa podcast. We have in our studio Mr. Russell Cato, a retired educator with more than 42 years of experience working in the Pinellas County schools, and Mr. Jamie Wilson III, a healthcare provider with more than 30 years of experience working as a physical therapist. My co-host, my dynamic co-host. A lot has happened in our political world in the last few weeks. Besides Mondani decisively winning the mayor's race in New York, we had the Epstein survivors holding news conferences demanding the full release of the Epstein files. We had 8 Democrats join the Republicans to open the government by turning their backs on the healthcare needs of millions and millions of Americans. Donald Trump signed the bill to release the Epstein files. Trump hosted Mohammed bin Salman, MBS of Saudi Arabia, a person identified as a murderer in the death of the Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi during the first Trump administration. Mayor-elect Mondani met at the White House with Trump and received loads of praise from Trump, a complete turnaround from all the nasty things said about him prior to their meeting. And Marjorie Taylor Greene decided to resign from Congress as a result of a feud she has going on with Donald Trump. We can pick any one of these topics and do a full podcast discussion, but I'm asking that we focus on MTG's announced resignation for discussion today. As a leading proponent of the MAGA nutcases, MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, was aligned with Trump in a very big way. She didn't mind embarrassing herself publicly to demonstrate her allegiance to Trump and the MAGA movement. Disrupting the State of the Union speeches, disrupting House committee meetings with childish comments, appearing on Fox News shows with outlandish claims and rhetoric. That was MTG. 2, she would publicly pick fights with Democratic colleagues on a regular basis, all to get the attention of their cult leader. Now, because she took a strong stance in support of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, Trump calls her a traitor. And here we are. There's a lot to be said about this situation. So, guys, let's get into it. Who would like to go first?
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think we talked about her once before.
Well, 2 weeks ago we did a show about her.
And I think you got to understand the reason why she's jumping onto that off the bandwagon of the Magna Party conspiracy people. You got to understand in America. Okay, you got to understand in America. Being a pedophile, being a pedophile, that's a hell of a topic. You cannot escape that. That's going to get you the rest of your life because what you're talking about having sexual relationship with minors. That is a big, big topic. When you look at President Trump, let's look at him too in relation to Marjorie Taylor Greene. You got a convicted felony who is acting as a president. Now you can fight that, but ain't no kind of way in the hell you can fight that relation of being a pedophile. Mm-hmm. You see, he meets that thing is association of bring on assimilation. Mm-hmm. He meets that. Mm-hmm. And see, so you don't have to tie him in with, did he do this? You just have to tie him in with a relationship. You knew this took place. Mm-hmm. See, that's what they fight. He said they can't let that go. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about that, they want to do politics with it. You can't do politics with being a fellow.
Yeah. Well, as far as what you just said about you may not have engaged yourself with the kids, but you knew about it.
You knew about it.
Epstein even said he knew about it.
He knew about it.
Right. But I'm going to go as far as say, I don't think it was just limited.
No.
Knowing about it.
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, he partaked.
What'd you say?
He partaked.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Marjorie, she could do her little pity speech all she wants about, the bottom line is, I said this, I think either last year or early part of this year, they were going to let her crash out and they were going to throw her away. They're throwing her away. It ain't just because of the Epstein files. Her whole fire was burning out. She was upsetting everybody. But the bottom line, and the only reason that she is waiting to January 5th, which she should have waited to the 6th to make it kind of symbolic of this nonsense they were doing, is because you have to be in Congress 5 years to get the actual, be vested, to get the federal pension. That's why she's waiting the 5 years. And she won't receive that till after she's 62, after serving the 5-year term. That's the only reason why she's waiting that long. And all this stuff about, proponents fighting against Trump and her party with the H-1B visas, AI, 50-year mortgage, ending foreign wars, and obviously the Epstein files. She knew about the Epstein files long time ago. They've been talking about this for a long time. So now you have a conscience all of a sudden. It's deeper than this with her. It's something deeper. Her flame is burning out. They let her be the crash out dummy for the party. Now everybody's sick of her, tired of her. Democrats definitely don't like her. She said some divisive, hateful things, and now she want to make this little sweet, basically an apology. She went on The View with the same nonsense, talking all sweet. Man.
The fact that she even went on The View was big news.
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene on The View. And
she's reaching out.
The MAGA people consider going on The View one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah.
Because The View, according to the MAGA people, is hosted by liberal, whatever.
Proponents.
Some name they have for The View hosts. But it's not good. Now, Jay, you mentioned her resigning at a certain point so that she can be vested to get that federal pension.
5 years.
So, yeah. 5 years. And there are a couple of other reasons, because pundits on TV have repeatedly talked about this subject matter. And there was one pundit that mentioned what you just said about the vesting. And she timed it to make sure she get that pension.
Right.
I'm going to say she timed it to get the pension, and she also timed it to evade something that she had been boldly stating for quite a while, when she would go before the cameras and state, I will read the names of all the people mentioned in those files on the floor of Congress. By her saying that, and if she was to do it, she couldn't be prosecuted because Congress people can't be prosecuted for what they say on the floor of Congress. But by resigning, she doesn't have to fulfill that promise.
That's right.
She was out there making that bold statement. By resigning, she doesn't have to fulfill that promise.
Right.
And she want to try and get back into the good graces of their cult leader.
She is also afraid. She's been getting death threats.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know MAGA will go. They would Charlie Kirk her behind. You already know MAGA will. Is she going to get up there and read the names? You know, powerful money people, they will put her to sleep. She knows that. She's in fear.
Well, she's
in fear. She made it. She made the statement, but she's in fear. I bet she don't do it. I'm willing to bet she won't do it. Right now, she's in fear. She's like, oh, for my family, for my blood, whatever. It's deeper than just her coming to Jesus and realizing she was a terrible, horrible, despicable person. It's deeper than that.
But you see, she has to stay with that 19. She
Yeah.
has to stay with that.
I want her to do it, of
No,
course.
she has to stay with that decision now. I was listening to what's the black girl named Crockett?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she got to stay with that decision.
Yeah, I hope she does.
Yo, she got to stay with it. And see who it really hurts now. Who it really hurts, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
That you better watch him. He gonna be like a little toy now.
Yeah.
She made a dent in his ass.
And she should have.
She should have.
And there should be others put
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
But Mike Johnson, he kind of sidelined her when he became speaker.
He did.
The speaker prior to Mike, he kind of cuddled her.
That's right.
Gave her some authority that she hadn't gotten before.
And she went crazy.
So then Mike Johnson comes in, he kind of pushes her to the side. And she didn't care for that. Obviously.
But you know, and she's weak. And I'm gonna tell you why she's weak. Because now she want to resign. It's a lot more than we know. I think it's a lot more. But now that you're on Trump's bad side, now you want to run and quit. You want to run and hide. You want to resign. You ain't even been in trouble with him that long. That shows how weak you are and how afraid you are. It's all this other stuff she mentioned that she's against been going on. She's been supporting it. She's been the warrior, a warrior for Trump. All this stuff existed then. Epstein files and all this other stuff he was doing. It existed then. It's deeper than this. And just because she's in a little trouble with him now, that shows you weak. You can't battle him, fight him, battle him. Yeah. You weak. Now you want to resign?
If you notice, all women that support Trump, they got some weakness. Lawrence Barr, Marjorie, all these people. And if you notice, they get on the side of Martin Taylor. But you got to understand, and I hope the Democrats can understand. See, this is what I'm scared of. The Democrats got to get their shit together.
Man.
That, here's a midterm election coming up. You got a way into, let me say this. If we're going to make this man a lame duck president, we've got to win the House back.
Oh, yeah.
You got to win the House.
Yeah.
Because if you don't win the House, you will have this man the next 3 years giving executive orders. And you know what, Ray, when I look at him giving executive orders, that is a way to destroy the Constitution. He's doing it. He's doing it. You see what I'm saying?
I think the Democrats are going to win the House back.
They got to.
And I feel very confident they're going to do it. I just hope they don't do anything to mess up the trajectory of them winning the House back. But there's some, let me say this, and there are some things that we need to understand about this whole Marjorie Taylor Greene situation. Besides the fact that Johnson came in and sidelined her, they gave her the chairmanship of a House committee.
Yes, they did.
And that was supposed to just put her to the side and quiet her down. But that wasn't enough. At one point, she thought she was going to be a vice presidential candidate. And she thought that she would get a significant job in Trump's administration.
That's right.
None of that happened.
None.
Now, she's thinking about possibly running for governor of Georgia. Besides that, she's thinking about
President.
running for the Senate,
Yeah.
but she is not getting the vibe.
Mm-mm.
She's not getting the support from Trump and other MAGA leaders.
That's right.
So she's angry.
Yes, she's angry.
She's
Yeah.
angry.
She's burned all her bridges. She's the annex. They let her be the crash out dummy for the Republican Party and say all this other stuff. And then they
I
kind
like
of
that.
start distancing.
Fresh out.
Like they wanted to quiet her, but she was still going, arguing with Crockett and all that, just being a real spectacle. And then they start trying to distance themselves from him. But she has been a problem. She can't come back from all
No.
evil net. She was a female Trump at one point.
That's
She
what
can't come back from
That's
that.
a good point,
She
James.
can't come back from that.
But she has apologized. I think it was last night. She apologized and she want to get back in the good graces of Trump.
Man, power, weak. I hate weak people. Power. She's terrible anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a bad person. She's female Trump. But to even bow down like that, like stand on your principles, stand on what you. But she believed all this stuff. She says she's right, but she don't believe in none of this stuff. None of it.
No. I remember telling Jamie that when you were not here, the first thing that she said that she was a Christian. I said, whoa.
She said
Whoa.
that just
Yes.
recently too.
How can you
I'm a
think that?
Christian.
No.
And when she said that, I thought, white nationalist
That's
Christian.
what she is.
White Christian
Exactly.
nationalist,
Yes,
whatever they
all
call
of
it.
it.
She's a white
Yeah.
national.
Yeah.
That's what she
Exactly.
is.
They weaponize that word.
That's what they
Christian.
weaponize.
They weaponize the word.
That's
It's
right.
being used for so much bad.
That's
I
right.
mean, ain't none of the stuff they talking about Jesus like, God like. I mean,
Do either of you think that she might have some damaging information on Trump?
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure she
Oh,
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure she can read off that list if she wants
Okay,
to.
besides the list, because she's already signaled that she is going to back away from that.
I figured she was going to be weak about doing that, but I think a lot of people, not just her,
man.
they have a lot of damaging stuff. Because Trump says whatever off camera.
That's
I'm
right.
sure
That's
he
right.
think he think he's Caesar, some emperor that can look at you and say, okay, cut his head off. That's what Trump thinks. So he speaks freely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He speaks freely in
Yes,
front of
he
them.
does.
They got a lot of damaging information, and he's an idiot. But they have a lot of damaging information on Trump. Yeah, a lot of people in
Oh,
this
she
party.
does.
Yeah.
Man, she does.
But it's who's going to say it.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
Bannon
right.
likes her. Steve Bannon likes her.
Yeah.
He likes her.
Yeah, he does.
Now, he may create a situation for her to
does
back
like
in the light, and
But he
back
does
in the,
like
but he likes her.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
does.
And he's got money and he's got some power and he's got Trump's ear.
Well,
Oh,
I would
my
love to know what
God.
damaging information
She
she
got
has.
all
Me
I
too.
love it.
I would love it.
love to know what
Yeah.
that
Give it to
is.
me, I'll put it out. Let me see the sheet.
Okay, now,
He trusts.
since she has vowed to resign, and by resigning, she can't read the names on the House floor.
True.
Do you think that anybody else has the backbone to do that?
That's a good
Have you
question.
heard anybody?
I think if Mrs. Crockett knew it, I bet she would put it out. I bet if Crockett knew it, I bet she would read it.
Well, the information is going to come out.
Yeah.
You know, the
I want it now.
Republicans, yeah, the Republicans, they're going to keep doing stuff to try and block it, like coming up with these false investigations. False investigations would allow them
Clinton.
to hold on to that information
Yeah.
a little longer.
Yeah.
I was told that Trump probably wants to keep that information quiet as long as he's in office.
Of course. And-
Man,
But I'm sure a lot of them know it. It's just like kind of what you said is who's going to have the chutzpah to say it in public. I'm sure a lot of them know it, but it's fear. Trump creates fear. And it ain't just Trump, it's Trump's handlers.
yeah,
Those are powerhouses. Trump
It's
is
a
just the
handler.
dancing guy on the screen.
Yeah.
His power people, and they're dangerous, they're rich, they're powerful, and they're billionaires.
Well, I tell you, it's a good thing she's leaving because it's one more Republican down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and they're already
Yeah. They lose.
possessing a very thin margin of what you call it. They only have a very thin margin
In a house.
Right, right,
Right.
right.
So it's good that she's making that margin even thinner by leaving.
Right.
And I'm hoping that whoever replaces her is a Democrat. It's not likely
Yeah.
because she's from Rome, Georgia. Redneck Rome.
Redneck said, that's right.
Yeah.
Redneck
What
said.
you gonna say, Russ?
You know, there's a lot of things you got to look at related to Marjorie Taylor Greene. But there's something that's going on in Texas. People better watch it too. The adjournment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah, that's another
That's,
topic I
that's
could have
another
mentioned
thing.
here.
But that's important. See, the lower, it's a funny thing too, Ray and Jamie. It's always the lower courts who turn Trump around and he says to them, go to the Supreme Court.
Because them his buddies, them his homies, they got his back. That's why.
You ever know?
They've been, the lower courts have been like really opposing him. Like,
Quite a bit, quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
He
this
knows he got
Supreme
these
Court-
assholes on the Supreme Court.
Yep. Then they need to revamp the Supreme Court. All these lifetime
Yeah.
terms, that needs to stop. It should be, they need to get rid of all that.
Yeah.
Because that's like a mafia move.
And the Democrats, when they had the power to do something like that, revamp the court, they were playing nice politics.
I'm sick.
I remember James saying that.
We as Democrats are seen weak. You want to be liked. You want to be just weak. You got to fight fire with fire. That's the whole thing. And I hope this this momentum, we flex and do what we got to do and stay the course and stay strong and not, you know what I mean? Because we've been very docile, predictable, and a joke.
Hey, Russ, Jamie, let's move to another topic. We have a few minutes to
Okay.
bring up another one.
Okay.
What you have, JU, we're going to go along with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Sorry.
What you got, Russ?
Well, for the local news, I
Okay.
noticed that the Rays have completed their stadium.
Okay, right. The last panel has been placed on the roof.
Yeah.
Now they're going to work on the inside,
Exactly.
and they should have it all done by the end of February.
But the question is, what happened after 2026?
Well, the contract is until the 2028 season.
Okay.
Right.
So the Rays organization, they're in there
Okay.
until 2028.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ken Welch has made moves
Okay.
to give the Rays new ownership group information about they can extend it past 2028.
Okay.
Naturally, that's something that will be beneficial to him.
But Ray, let me ask you this. Can the new ownership say, I don't want my team in St. Peter, Condoms County?
Well, they have to have somewhere to play.
Right.
If they find another site,
They
And
got
they
in
gotta go-
mind.
well, yeah, over in Tampa, but they have to go to Major League Baseball to approve any move. But Major League Baseball, if they find a suitable site, they're not going to oppose them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
That's what
Well,
I'm
these
thinking.
people spend a lot of money to get that franchise.
And it takes time for all this stuff. It's like
Oh,
bureaucracy in the process. So it takes a lot of time. So
Yeah.
they're going to,
They got 2 more years on the contract
Mhm.
up until 2028.
Right.
Let's see. Will Ken Welch be out of office?
I don't know, boy. There's gonna be something.
What else about the Rays here?
Well, I was glad to hear that the Rays will be back because it does mean a little bit of jobs for us and things of that nature. But my still concern, how long this hotel lasts. I don't. See, my whole thing, Rays, that section, how many acres, 18 something acres, the Midtown, that's my thing. Are we going to develop that Midtown? That's what I'm. Does this ownership, will they come and develop this Midtown? Because that's what it's like.
Well, the new ownership, they didn't come in with a plan to do development. They came in with a plan just to buy this baseball team.
That scares
and to play ball in that stadium.
Right.
That's scary.
Now, the development of that land,
That's scary.
that's going to be up to the city of St. Petersburg.
That scares.
When the Rays organization left, they retreated from the contract.
Mhm.
That land went back to the possession of the city of
Right.
St. Petersburg.
Right.
So the city owns all of that property. And what they do with it is up in the air. There is another problem. Ken Welch tried to give new developers a possibility of submitting proposals to develop that land. But he only gave them 30 days to submit proposals. That's stupid.
That's not real. That's not.
However, because Richie Floyd, city council member, asked that they be given 90 days, and Welch knew that the other city council member didn't agree with his 30 days, he has already agreed to give them 90 days to come up with proposals. So the guys that bought the baseball team, that's one thing. And the guys that may develop all of that land is something totally different.
Interesting.
Here's what I'm looking at too, Jamie. Right. If you know Ken Welch, you're running for mayorship again. His goal is to make sure that he takes care of the promises that were made. It's just so important. So is that there?
He says it is. He says that's what he wants to do. But who believes Ken Welch? Ken Welch is Marjorie Taylor Greene without the dress on. Who believes? I will say at this point, I would rather nothing happens until we get a new mayor.
Okay.
Because this guy has already demonstrated he doesn't have the ability to manage that property. He doesn't have the ability to get prominent, acceptable developers
Okay.
for that property. Now, he's getting more and more people submit proposals.
Mhm.
The tallest building in St. Petersburg, built by this guy out of New York.
Okay.
And that's the building on Central Avenue and 4th Street. This guy is the latest to suggest he's going to put in a proposal. He's a billionaire. But the first proposal is Kathy Wood
Mhm.
and a developer by the name of Ellison.
Okay.
They put in the proposal that Ken was going to try and push through by limiting the other people to 30 days to submit their proposal.
That's not fair.
But city council members put him in check on that.
Mhm.
They put him in check. But it's interesting. A lot of interesting moving parts on this.
One more thing I want to mention to Jamie and to you. Here's where black churches are going to come involved.
Mhm.
I can see this. I can see the politicians running to black churches. I can see this.
And the developers. And the developers.
Oh, yeah.
To the black churches.
Black churches will go
And the
big.
black churches have a responsibility
Yes,
to be real and true to the people.
That's right.
The new developers
right.
submitting proposals would be wise to avoid the pitfalls of the other developers.
Exactly.
And the pitfalls would be catering to the people that's out there trying to get a dollar,
That's it.
Yeah.
ignoring the desires of the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're giving themselves
Yeah.
titles and
I got
Yeah.
it. Poverty.
most definitely.
Poverty
Yeah.
penalty.
Most definitely. Well, with that being said, the boss has signaled that we have about 30, 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
Any last words? No last words?
Trust in the Lord and do good.
Trust in the Lord and do good. I'll go along with that.
I take all of that.
Mhm.
With that in mind, I want to say to you, the listeners, thanks for tuning in to the Ray Tampa podcast. And we ask that you continue doing so each and every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m., 99.1 FM, The Bird. We ask that you go ahead, call the supervisor of elections office and get your mail-in ballot. Please do it. Please do it. I just heard 21% of the black males voted for Trump.
Yeah.
7% black females voted for Trump. We got to turn that around.
Turn it around.
We got
Shame,
to
shame,
turn
shame.
that around.
That's a big
If we don't, we'll get a Trump-like person in St. Pete again. Having said that, thanks for tuning in. Ray Tampa Podcast.